Hey everyone, Tristan back with another video, and I've gotten a couple of questions if I can do a comparison between the Apple AirPods Max and the Apple AirPods Pro right there on the right. And I thought that would make a good, topic for a video because they're not actually quite the same. It's not as if the AirPods Max are just a AirPods Pro in a different form factor, although they have very similar specs and features. So, let's talk about that in this video. So we'll talk about the sound quality differences between the two and some of the other various differences. But first of all, what do they have in common? Both the AirPods Pro and the AirPods Max can do the spatial audio and can now also do the Dolby Atmos when you have a service that can support it, such as Apple TV or Apple Music. And also, I believe the Apple TV through certain apps like HBO Max can also do it as well. So basically, if you have content that supports that, the devices will support that spatial audio for movies as well as for music as well too. And I have found that is really very cool for movies. It sounds excellent, and it even rivals like very expensive home theaters and stuff like that. So you get a really nice surround sound effect with the spatial audio and Dolby Atmos and all that kind of stuff for movies. Less so for music. You can turn it on in Apple Music streaming. You can turn on the spatial audio, but I actually prefer just stereo. For regular music, I don't really like the 3D, surround sound effect for music, and I'm sort of a purist in that respect. But for movies, certainly it's pretty awesome. They both have really good noise canceling, so when you use these, like on a plane, train, automobile, or whatever, it's going to cancel out a lot of the noise, which is really good. But that's pretty much where the similarities stop, because the AirPods Pro obviously have a different form factor. I mean, the AirPods Pro with the case can very easily be taken with you and put in a jeans pocket or a purse, and you won't even notice that you have them. So they're a lot more convenient to take with you. Whereas the AirPods Max really require more of a commitment to take with you. Now, I have found that when traveling with these, I just throw them in a backpack, with the case. But, they're certainly a lot bigger, and they are full-size headphones. As you can see here, they fit completely around your ear, whereas the AirPods Pro are in-ear earbuds. So that's another thing as well. I prefer the AirPods Max for comfort because I don't generally like to have things inside my ear. I just don't find that very comfortable. If that's not a problem for you, if you don't mind having something inside your ear, then the AirPods Pro would probably do, better for you than they do for me. But in general, in terms of overall comfort, I prefer not to have something in my ear, so I tend to bring these with me on trips more than I bring these, even though these are bigger. I do find that the AirPods Max here can fit into a carry-on bag, fairly easily, so that's not really much of a problem. And also when I'm wearing them on a plane for a long period of time, a long trip, I can wear them for a long time. Sometimes I don't even play music through them, I just use the noise cancellation, and it cancels out the airplane mode or drone really, really well. And I just find them a lot more comfortable for long flights than I do with these, having something in my ear and having it be uncomfortable. Now, the other thing is the sound signature between the two are very similar, but they are different. The AirPods Max does have a more dynamic sound and a more impactful sound. And that really makes sense because, the drivers in the AirPods Max are a lot bigger. They're just a bigger driver in there. And so I find that they just have a nice richer tonality and sound. It's certainly more bass. Also, a bit more of a soundstage than the AirPods Pro when they're in your ear. And these just sound a little bit more like they're not working as hard in terms of providing a really nice, sort of impactful kind of sound. So certainly on the AirPods Max, the full-size headphones, the bass is better, and they're just overall a little bit clearer. I think that stems from the fact that they have much bigger drivers. And also those drivers are further away from your ear, so you do get a better surround sound experience and better soundstage also when you're listening to stereo music with these than you do with the AirPods Pro. That being said, when I first got the AirPods Pro before the AirPods Max were even out, I was pretty impressed with the AirPods Pro. So it's not like the AirPods Pro have a bad sound by any stretch of the imagination. They sound really good for what they are and do have a very impressive sound. It's just that when you compare the two, I find the AirPods Max definitely sound better. And then the other thing is, of course, customizability. The AirPods Max, you can get tons of different colors. You can mix and match different color ear pads as well. You can buy those separately from Apple and just mix and match your color. These again come in several different colors: black, white, this blue color, sort of a seafoam green color, and I believe sort of a red color, which is more like a pink or peach color. So so that's one aspect of those. Whereas the AirPods Pro just come in this white color, and don't come in any other color at all. So white case, white, earbuds there. There are a lot of third-party manufacturers that have cases for these that you can slip this into like an outer case in pretty much any color that you want. So there are a lot of third-party cases available, that would protect this, like silicone cases and stuff that go over that if you want to maybe customize the color. And there are starting to be third-party manufacturers for the AirPod Max that are making better cases than the one that comes with it, because this one is a little bit odd. At first I didn't really like this case, but I'm getting used to it now. It is a little bit of an odd shape and everything, and there are third-party cases for the AirPod Max that you can get as well. Now, the other thing is microphone quality. You can use these to talk on the phone with no problem, or even with some apps to record videos from your iPhone and things like that. When talking on the phone, I find myself much clearer on the AirPods Max than I do on the AirPods Pro. The callers that I'm talking to report that they can hardly even tell that I'm using any kind of a headset or anything when I'm wearing the AirPods Max, which is really, really nice. They just think I'm holding the iPhone right up to my ear. So this definitely has a better microphone quality than these. Sometimes with these, I get reports of dropouts sometimes in my microphone, when I'm talking, or also reports that I sound a little bit distant. And then also when I go outside, they can hear like more wind noise and stuff with these than they can with these. But there is that convenience factor. Again, if you're using them for phone calls, this is going to be a lot simpler and smaller to take with you. But that is a factor as well. So what do you think? Do you have the AirPods Pro or the AirPods Max, or do you have both? I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on each, and if you agree with my findings or not. And for pricing and availability on each of these, I will post links in the description field in case you're interested in buying them and checking them out for yourself. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.